The MAEDHawk 3.0 bypass is now out, and this little adapter gives your motorcycle a headset connection, which is required to unlock the CarPlay icon on most infotainment systems. All this device does is provide that Bluetooth connection, and then you're going to route all the audio to your speakers, and it doesn't have a microphone. But what this little adapter has is a pass-through USB-C port. So you plug this into your bike, and then you still have an open port. And you can plug your phone in and charge it. But you can also use it for wired CarPlay or Android Auto boxes or even some other devices. The setup is really straightforward. Just connect it to your bike and then proceed to Device Manager and then add new device. You're going to select the MAEDHawk and pair it. It's important then to verify its role. Make sure it's configured as rider roll, because if it's not in rider roll, it won't unlock the CarPlay icon. The other thing you're going to want to verify is where your audio is routing. Is it routing to the headset? Well, if it's routing to this MAEDHawk headset, you're not going to hear it. So you're going to want to change that to speakers. We'll go back to settings, and then we'll go down to sound, and then to audio routing, and make sure everything is set to speakers. Once you have it set up, you can connect your phone to charge it. Just plug it in. And if your device supports wired CarPlay, it will show CarPlay on the screen automatically. The 3.0 version has a few enhancements. The big one is fixing connectivity issues with the later year model bikes. Harley Davidson has been updating the infotainment hardware. It started at the base version, then it went to Rev A somewhere in 2024, and then somewhere in 2025 it went to Rev B. Well, as we've talked about on this channel, they've been updating the USB chips inside that infotainment system, and we've also learned that they've updated this USB cable connection. Well, that created issues for this little MAEDHawk adapter. On the newer bikes, when you go to plug your phone in, it may not indicate charging. And the trick is to take your cable and unplug it at the adapter, flip it over to the other side and plug it back in, and then charging would work. And the reason is the setup inside this little adapter was not designed for the latest USB cable connection or the latest USB chips. And if you're an AI box user, to get Android Auto on your new Harley Davidson with the MAEDHawk adapter, you may have discovered that you have to disconnect the cable and plug it back in to get the box to boot. The fix would have been to flip it over again at the MAEDHawk, and that would have provided power to the box. But if you're running into this issue, 3.0 fixes it. This 3.0 version has updated its cable compatibility. So whether you're using USB 2.0, 3, 3.1, 3.2, or now USB 4, it should work on either side of the connection with the 3.0 version. And this solves a lot of issues as Harley Davidson continues to update its infotainment system. The MAEDHawk company also continues to update the Bluetooth technology inside this little adapter. This little guy puts out a lot of Bluetooth signal. Just how much signal? So let's see just how good the MAEDHawk's Bluetooth is. First, we're going to start by disconnecting it from the bike. So we'll go to the menu button, Device Manager. We'll pick our MAEDHawk and we'll disconnect it. That goes away. And then on my iPhone, I'm going to pick the MAEDHawk bypass. Now you should never pair your phone to the bypass headset. That will prevent it from working with the motorcycle. But for this test, we've connected it to the phone. So now we're going to see how far can we walk away before we lose that connection. And there it dropped. So this is how far we got away from the motorcycle with the engine running. A Class 2 Bluetooth device averages about 33 feet maximum. So at 45 feet, we're getting all of that out of this tiny little adapter. Now there is a class 1 Bluetooth device. It requires a lot of power, but it can go up to 330 feet. I wonder if that would keep the connection of CarPlay going on these Harleys. So we know that there are challenges with Bluetooth connectivity in these new Harley Davidsons, and frankly, I think any motorcycle brand. You have to remember that these Bluetooth connections are out and exposed to different interferences on the road, whether that be power lines, toll booths, or just random interference as you're riding around. Now we don't see this in an automobile as often, and that's because you're in a cage and you sacrifice a lot of the experience when riding around in a cage, but your connectivity is going to be a lot more stable. And often we start pointing the finger at the headset adapter, but I can tell you that all headsets of any form, whether it be a helmet headset, a MAEDHawk, or something under the seat, is going to eventually drop and you're going to lose your CarPlay connectivity. But we have to remember that CarPlay has its own issues. So once you boot up your bike, the phone talks to the bike via Bluetooth, but then it switches to a Wi-Fi connection for CarPlay to work. Same is true for Android Auto. So if you're using Android Auto with the new Harley Davidsons through an AI box, your phone is establishing a Wi-Fi connection to the box. But being out on the open road is quite the challenge to maintain a Wi-Fi connection to the bike, and it's going to drop on occasion. But it shouldn't drop frequently. If it does, I'd take a look at where you're riding. Are you going through a toll booth when it dies? It could be. So you do not need to have Wi-Fi turned on your bike for CarPlay to work. If you have Wi-Fi turned off on the bike, it's still going to create that Wi-Fi connection in the background. If you're not using the embedded navigation, I would turn the bike's Wi-Fi off. You don't need any more interference going on with your phone. So keep the bike's Wi-Fi off unless you're really using it. Now, the other way to avoid some of this signal issue is to use wired CarPlay. So you can take your cable that supports charging and data, plug that into your MAEDHawk, and then run wired CarPlay. But how do you know if the phone switched to wired CarPlay? Well, see my wired to wireless video on that one. Now, there are many causes for CarPlay dropping out while riding around on a motorcycle, and it's not just the Harley Davidson or the Skyline OS, but it sure is frustrating when it doesn't work. So I encourage you to check out some of the other videos on this channel, and if you're not subscribed, do so. But if you're really struggling, I'll put my email address here, and you are welcome to reach out, and I will do my best to help you with your CarPlay connectivity or getting Android Auto on these motorcycles, because it sure is disappointing when CarPlay drops while you're riding. It just ruins the ride. One thing to note about the under-the-seat adapters, as we've learned, your BCM sits right underneath the seat, and it is responsible for your TPMS sensors. So it's reading your tire pressure via Bluetooth, but your key fob is also being read by the BCM. And what we're finding is these adapters can interfere with your key fob communication and your TPMS. But the USB headset adapters are also not immune to Bluetooth signal issues. And it's a good idea to not store your key fob in the same cubby as your adapter. I'd recommend putting it on the other side. And if you have a Street Glide with a tray, I'd put it in your pocket. I guess I'd always put it in your pocket. That's really where your keys should go. Let's dispel a myth. When you go to start your bike and turn the starter on, the fuel pump primes. You do not need to wait for your infotainment system to boot. Just hit the starter and ride away. The power to your headset adapter is not lost when the ignition is fired. Now that is true for any adapters under the seat. These will lose power when the bike starts. So if you're using one of these, it's really important to start it right away. Otherwise, the CarPlay connectivity is going to start, and then the headset's going to go away. And I know some are starting to solve for this. This has been my journey with the MAEDHawk adapters. It all started with an email that I sent to this company saying, hey, I've got an idea. Are you interested? Which led to this handmade prototype. And now these products are on motorcycles all around the world, enabling CarPlay through the motorcycle speakers without the need to carry around a helmet headset. It's freedom on the road. And I'm very humbled to know that this product is all over the world and serving riders everywhere. Do you need to upgrade to the 3.0 version? Well, I always say, if it isn't broken, don't attempt to fix it. But if you are having cable connectivity issues with the current adapter you're using, especially if using an AI box, this should resolve that issue for you. Beyond that, I don't think you're going to see any real advantages to the new version. So stick with what you got. But if you are hunting for the first time for a headset solution, I still believe this is the best design. It gives us access to the USB port through the pass-through, so your headset adapter is not blocking that. So you can still charge your phone and you can use it for data. Wired CarPlay or wired Android Auto if your motorcycle supports it. So this is the way to go. I also like it being much closer to the infotainment system. I think it cuts down on the Bluetooth connectivity issues being right underneath that screen. I want to caution you about copies of this device. There are several out there, and I only worked with the original MAEDHawk company with the feedback and testing and development of this latest version. So watch out which one you're getting. I also want to call out that I'm not sponsored by MAEDHawk. This video is not being paid for. The only way I make any commission is if you use my Amazon affiliate link in the description of this video when purchasing this adapter. It doesn't cost you anything additional from Amazon, but I get a small referral fee. So the link for this is in the description along with everything else I featured. I truly appreciate the support. I also appreciate all of the support on the channel. The channel continues to grow. And I hope you found the information useful. And if you did, share it with someone else. If you're not subscribed, why not? Join me on this journey. But until next time, in the friction zone.
Shadows stretch long where the highway ends. Chrome turns to ghost around all these bends. Hand on the tension, I'm riding alone, lost in the friction zone.